A very warm welcome, dear children. Today we are going to start with English, lesson 4, Father Dear Father of your senior secondary NIOS board. Alright. Now Father Dear Father is a letter which was written by Rahul in response to the letter of his father, which his father had written because Rahul has transgraded. He has degraded from first position to second because of a quarter mark. Alright, so his father was so upset about it, that why he had lost that mark and why he had transgraded from first position to second. He wrote a letter to Rahul and told him to pay attention while he was writing his answers. Without even asking him what was the actual cause for his loss of 2.25 marks in the examination. This has created a great impact on Rahul. He in return wrote a letter to his father mentioning his things, what he thinks about the current Indian education system, lifestyle of people and principles, and the usage of education also, that how it should be so that students can make use of their education in their day-to-day lives to make them better. Amongst the many reflections, the first reflection of Rahul regarding the letter was about his grandfather. He very well mentioned in his letter that his grandfather used to told him that they used to spend a carefree life. In those days, living by experiencing was the genuine thing to do. They used to play in the bank of the rivers. They used to go for picnics, make mouth-watering food there, and do many other activities like fishing, etc. Also, they are very much into the orchards of mango and guavas and everything. They enjoyed their life to the fullest. Alright, and this is how he became a good person who could take care of his family. Whereas his father, Rahul's father, was a very complicated man. He was a person who believes in marks, in scores. He believes that in life one should do well in education to prove himself in life. Although his father was providing very good for the family, he is doing everything that is possible, but he was away from many life experiences and enjoyments. His father was deep into earning money, making his life complicated. Rahul further added in this context that although his grandfather led a life where education was an ancillary subject, it was the secondary one, whereas his father, who led a life where he gave much priority to his education. Now he was asking his father that, Father, please tell me that in your departmental store, from where you earn all your livelihood, you fulfill our needs. Do you make use of Pythagoras theorem? Do you make use of Newton's law, Archimedes' principles? No, I don't think you do. Now his second reflection is about his grandmother. Grandmother, a very simple lady, semi-literate, but very, very much experienced and wise lady. She, we may say that Rahul had experienced that she is having answers to all the questions of life, and he wonders how is it possible. Once even he asked his grandmother that how is it possible, grandma, that you know everything? You have the knowledge of probably everything which I ask you. Grandmother says that, oh, is this something to be asked about? Generally by living and experiencing. And at her old age also, she is a very happy lady, happy to be with her garden, her pots, her religious books. Alright, and she is enjoying her life. She is in peace of mind. She is a very calm and managed lady. Whereas, on the other hand, Rahul's mother, a very educated lady, but always irritated and frustrated, tangled in her business, don't know how to react to the situations. He wonders, Rahul wonders, that is that what education does to us? Is this the real purpose of education? That we do get frustrated, we don't have our peace of mind, we are in hypertension all the time? This might not be the purpose of the actual education. His third reflection is about his teacher and the teaching pattern. You know, once what had happened? Rahul had a rose plant and he was very fond of that plant. Once it was attacked by pests. So he went to his biology teacher to ask that how he can save his plant from pests. The teacher answered, why don't you go to the gardener and ask the solution? This is where Rahul had to think that why is it so that we very well know the characteristics, the principles, the formulas of all the insecticides, pesticides and manures, ureas and everything, but when it comes to us to do something good for ourselves out of them, we are incapable of doing that because our education system is such that it promotes rote learning, practical things, practical approach to everything, to every scientific thing or whether any other thing is not available. He questioned the Indian education system. He greatly disagrees with the examination pattern, marks pattern and the grading system of this system. Then he told his father that, you know, father, why I lost my quarter marks, 0.25 marks in English? Because it was a question of preposition where there was a fill in the blanks and I have to fill a preposition which I think is correct, whereas according to my teacher it was not correct. Now Rahul stated the sentence where he lost his marks in English. The sentence was, there was a fill in the blanks wherein he wrote, I was invited to tea, but according to the teacher preferred it to be, I was invited for the tea. To the tea and for the tea, both the sentences are correct, but he made a satire here that he says that my teacher is like that if he says that George Bush is the President of India, sun rises from the west, one has to agree, otherwise he will cut the marks. So this is how I lost my 0.25 marks in English, and that is the reason, Papa, why my position slipped from first to second. He further added that although, Papa, we are not in a good relation, in good terms, I know that you will never understand that why I have written this letter to you. Therefore, I will never post it. And you know, children, many years after this letter was written, it was published as an article in the Hindu newspaper. Alright, from where we got to know about the reflections of Rahul, which was given by him to his father in the answer to the letter that his father had written to him. Now children, there are many things we have come across about the characteristics of Rahul and his father. From this story we can make out that these two characters, the father and Rahul, are poles apart in their principles and their belief systems. Alright, so let us take a look. What are they? About father we can say he believes in high score. What else? Yes, he cannot compromise. Yes, he believes money is very important. And then he has trust issues with his son. He never trusted his son. He always used to trust the teachers. Whereas, what about Rahul? Rahul believes in simple life. Next, he believes in flexible going, not very rigid about anything. He believes that peace of mind and happiness is important. And further, he had a very clear picture about his teacher. He said that he was an adamant person. All right. So children, with this, here we come to the end of the chapter. Father, dear father, hope you have understood well that it is a letter written by Rahul to his father. There were many reflections for grandfather, for grandmother, his father, his mother, teacher, education system, and how according to life should be and the education system should be. And he was not very close to his father, because at the end he mentioned that, Papa, for you, my heart is just a piece of muscle which is used to pump blood, but it also has feelings. It also has something inside which hurts when somebody near a dear one don't understand how it goes inside. Okay, children, read the chapter well. Have a nice day. Thank you.